Greetings, how are you? It's Malika Jackson, team lead of the Jackson team. Thank you for joining me once again, on my top 50 real estate terms in 50 days. Today is day 34. We're moving right along. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey to help, to edutain, and to inspire. Okay, so day 34, it's another 2-for-1. We had a 2-for-1 yesterday. We have another 2-for-1 today. And our 2-for-1 today is POE and POR. POE and POR. Those are two terms that you're going to hear quite a bit when you're in your financing stage. You will be asked for a POE and a POR. Can anyone figure out what they are? That was a little rhyme, right? Little rhyme. Okay, so let's talk about it. Your POE is going to be your proof of employment. So if you see on your paperwork POE required, or the lender says, I need a POE, a lot of times they'll speak in a way you can understand, but you might hear that POE. That's proof of employment. And so you're going to have to give one of a few things, either your last 2 paycheck stubs, or you could give an offer letter or your salary letter. Like, there's something that you have from your employer that proves where you work, how much you make, how long you've been there, and who they can speak to verify those things. So that's your POE, your proof of employment. The other one is your POR, your proof of rent. So you will be required to submit a POR. It's going to be, usually it's kind of towards the end of your underwriting term. So the lender's going to ask you up front about your rental history. They're going to say, hey, do you have any late rent payments in the past 12 to 24 months? Hopefully your answer is no, because if you do have back rent, it can hurt you when you're trying to get a loan, right? So the things that the lender asks you up front, they're going to verify before you go to closing. And so they're going to submit a POR, proof of rent. So what they'll do is they'll send a form. It's a 1-page form. I've done thousands of them over my 15-year career. And they send them to your rental office. Your rental office usually will get back to the lender within 24 to 48 hours, sometimes 72. But on that POR, you'll see where they say, how much does this person pay for rent? Do they have any late payments? Have they taken care of the property? Have they been a great tenant? What is your projected probability that they will pay rent on time in the future? It has all that. And if you do have any late rent payments, it has all your information. Sometimes, just like yesterday, I had to review a complete ledger. I had to go back 2 years and look through this person's entire rental history. And I saw that there were 2 times where they broke up the rent into like 2 payments, and I had to ask why. She had a valid reason why, but those are the type of things that they look for on your POR. So that's our term for today, your POE, your proof of employment, and your POR, your proof of rent. And you will be asked to prove both of those. You will be asked to submit information on both of those during your lending process, and specifically when you get to underwriting and more towards the end. They're going to ask for those things, and they may ask you for them more than one time. And that's another thing. For people going through the purchase process, I always warn them and prep them. The closer you get to closing, the more information they're going to ask you for. So when your lender starts asking for this and that and that, and they ask you for it again, and they ask you for it again, it's just how the process goes. When you start your lending process, you're going to submit information that says that you're gainfully employed, right? Well, as you get close to underwriting, you're dealing with someone who's going to give you $400,000, $600,000, $800,000, $1 million. They want to make sure you're still working. So quite frequently, like the day of closing or right before closing or in your final condition sheet, your condition sheet is the form that's going to come out that says you are approved for this loan on the following conditions, and you have to submit these things to get your final approval. Quite frequently on that condition sheet, they're going to ask for a proof of employment again. So be prepared to submit paperwork tons of times. It's just like the old, y'all from DC, any of y'all from DC on here? Y'all remember how the DMV used to be, where you had to pack your patience and lunch? I used to go down there and be like, y'all not going to do it to me today. Whatever this process is going to be, I'm just gonna go with the flow. That's how you have to do with these lenders and these underwriters and these people who are giving you hundreds of thousands of dollars to finance your property. You just have to be patient. Just give them what they ask for, even if they ask for more than one time. So anyway, that's it. I won't talk too long. Our term of the day is POE, your proof of employment, and POR, your proof of rent, which are the 2 most important things that you will be required to submit in order to get approval on your loan to buy the home of your dreams. Okay, so that's it. You know how to reach us if you have more questions on our terms of the day. If you're ready to list a property for sale, which I would recommend you do quickly before the interest rates go up, that means there will be less buyers that will be looking at your property. So if you've been on the fence about selling, now is the time. As I always say, I make the suggestions, you make the decisions, but I'm telling you, If you're going to get top dollar for your home, you have a few more months left to do that. You're always going to be able to sell. This is a busy market, a busy area. Incomes are stable. You will always be able to sell. However, you want to sell for top dollar, right? You want to maximize your equity, right? Of course. So the time to do that is between now and early summer, because once these interest rates go up, late spring, early summer, it changes the balance of the market. There will be less buyers. Higher interest rates mean less people can qualify. Money is more expensive for people, so less people qualify, which means you'll have less people looking at your home, which means there is a little change in the supply and demand situation that the sellers have the benefit of now. So if you're thinking of selling, do it soon. Buyers, you know how to get with us. If you're ready to get your own equity, if you're ready to get a key of your own, call your girl, call my team, call the Jackson team. We're on 202-810-3730. Call us, check my stats. You know I can get you to the closing table. Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow for day 35 of our top 50 real estate terms in 50 days. Thanks again for rolling with your girl, and I'll see you next time. Bye.